Knock, knock. Good morning. It is a beautiful morning. I am so looking forward to spending the day with you guys. It is, let me get the lights on. Yeah, thanks for joining me. It's going to be another van life day for Neil since I have abandoned my home in the mornings during the days because of my heating bill. And so first thing in the morning, I drop my daughter off at school, and then it's back to the van and cranking the heat up in here and doing what I need to do in here. First things first, I'm going to break fast, and I'm going to make my favorite this morning. I'm going to make eggs and soldiers. I don't know if any of you guys know what eggs and soldiers are, but that's what I'm going to make this morning. So let me just kind of get set up here and get going, and then I'll check back in with you guys in a moment. Let me show you kind of how I've got like the kitchen set up here. First thing I need to do is I need to get my Nespresso coffee maker, and then my little tiny, you're going to see it, it's so cute, my little tiny steam oven that I'm going to do my toast in. So those are stored down here. I have this really cool little Nespresso maker. It's the Citizen or Pixie size one, and it fits perfectly in the RV. Makes a great cup of coffee, and I set that right over here. I got AC power going, so we're running off of our 400 and some plus amp hours of lithium. So I got all the lights on, I got the heater on. We're gonna get the toaster oven going, we're gonna get the coffee maker going, and run it all off lithium. So there's the coffee maker. I'm gonna put some water in it. Oh, before I do that, let me get the toaster out. Look at this little thing. This is one of my favorite little purchases here. It's my little, so the little toaster oven. Look at that. So it's quite small, as you can see. It's pretty cool because all the controls here on the face, and then it's got the cool little feature that it pulls out the little tray here. This thing's only, it was like 99 bucks on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description, so if you guys are interested, you can get it. But this is a great size. It fits perfectly in the Panoramic under the wardrobe closet along with the coffee maker. So it's great. And because it's so small, it doesn't need to be preheated. And it's got the little steam, so you fill this up with water, dump it in the top here, and it makes everything nice and moist, and it doesn't dry it out. So I'm going to put that here and plug that in. Look at that, right up. So we got that going. Put the lid on so that gets going. You guys eat these eggs? I love these eggs. These are pasture raised. These are the yellowest oat yolks that I've seen on any eggs, and they're just delicious. And you can get them. I get these you can get them here at Safeway. You can get them at Trader Joe's as well. So we're gonna put those in a moment. These are Corelware dishes. I kind of like them. So they're a little more rugged. If you drop them, I mean, they can break, but they're just a little more durable. This is called the Sincerely Yours line. And is that what it's called? Yeah, Sincerely Yours. I guess they don't make it anymore, which is too bad, but I really like them. It kind of matches the style of the RV. You know, in an RV, because there's even in this RV, which is a little bit larger than some other ones, there's limited space, so you're constantly putting stuff back. You just kind of learn to do it. Just put your stuff back when you're done. So coffee is ready, so I'm gonna add a little bit of my half and half here. It smells wonderful. Here we go. Get that out of the way. Okay, so I'm gonna get the toast started. I'm gonna just pull this little tray out. We don't need that. Let's put them in here. I love being able to run completely off lithium batteries for all this stuff. It's just so convenient not having to run the generator. It's heating up already nicely. Okay, I'm gonna turn this up. I do my eggs for 5 minutes. That's what I do my eggs for. 5-minute eggs. I've got these cute up here. We'll need the salt and pepper here. And I got this cute little, this came from my other RV. So these are spices, and see, they're magnetic, so they don't fall out of there when I'm driving around. And my daughter, she knows I like eggs and soldiers, so she bought me these little cups, which look like, I don't have the helmets for them, but when you put the eggs in, they're like little soldiers, and they carry the spoon as like their sword. So that's going to be over here. You can see the steam's coming out over here. I'm just going to look really fast. So we're drawing 6.8 amps of power right now. That's mainly just for this thing here, which is drawing all that power, but steaming it up nicely. You can see the steam coming out in there. All right, this is starting to boil, so I'm going to get ready to put those eggs in. I you know, some people don't like having a gas range in, you know, in the RV. I like it. That's just me personally. I just think it's nice to cook with gas, and frankly, it saves on energy. So there we go. 1, 2. Set timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, counting down.
I'll just put that on there. My coffee, because the cups were so cold, my coffee's cooled down, so I'm going to microwave it. Now, I haven't done this before. We've got a 3,000 watt inverter, so it should work fine between the toaster oven going and the microwave, and it is going fine, and we're pulling 16 amps now. So this is what you can do with a 3,000 watt inverter versus like a 1,000 or even a 2,000 watt. Is I would normally have had a problem like in my Pleasure Way with a 2,000 watt inverter if I had both the microwave and the toaster oven going at the same time. I would have had to start the generator, but with a 3,000 watt inverter and a big lithium battery pack, and I don't have to worry about it. It's just like being at home. And now you can see, I hope I got nice steam coming out. So we got steam coming out of the coffee, of the eggs, the toast happening over here. Oh yeah, that looks beautiful. Look at that. And it's just all just beautifully crispy and yummy. Now they call it eggs and soldiers because you're supposed to cut these up so they look like little soldiers. So they're long strips that you can dip into the eggs. Okay, my alarm's going off. The eggs are done. Shut it off. Come back to this in a second. And then I just put my little soldiers on here. Just pile them up. And then put them in the little egg cups. Ooh, they're hot. Man. All right, you all. I'm going to eat my eggs. Those are good. It's so simple. Just eggs with salt and pepper and some toast with butter. But you can't beat it. And for me, it's better than eating a lot of sugary stuff. And I can make it in the RV super easy. Just the same as I would at home. And that's what I'm going to do on my channel from now on, is I will do RV reviews, but I'm not going to be exclusively doing RV reviews. It was just way too tiring for me. I had to drive an hour each way to get to a large enough RV dealership that carried enough inventory that I could weekly, fill my channel. And then oftentimes when I got there, the dealership, some of them, like La Mesa, didn't want me there. They didn't want me for some reason. They made up a bunch of excuses, but they didn't want me recording or doing video reviews. Other dealers, like the Pleasureway dealer in Sacramento, they were fine and welcomed me and helped me. And Seagram's, another large RV dealership here in the Bay Area, they were happy and they helped me. But for some reason, La Mesa wasn't very happy with me being there. In any case, my channel will be more about this. It'll just be more about owning an RV as an RV owner when I take it out. Answering questions. I'll still do videos about quality because I noticed that I haven't been on YouTube in the last 2.5 years. Literally, I haven't been looking at RV videos or anything like that. That's how burnt out I was. But I recently got back on because my spirit came back and my joie de vivre came back. And I started watching, and the industry's changed a lot in the time that I've been on my hiatus. And so I saw, excitedly all the new models and things like that. But I also saw, I just found myself getting irritated and agitated again because some of the same old things that I used to harp on in my videos about quality, fit and finish, and these types of things, and how RV manufacturers and salespeople, and I know they've got a job to do, but I feel they just kind of hoodwink buyers a little bit in terms of pushing and promoting all of these features and capabilities that I just don't think the RV is really capable of or needed. And I get it. I understand that's how business works. But anyways, I was getting agitated. So I'm looking forward to kind of getting back into the groove again and pointing some of this stuff out for you guys that I see, because RVs have gotten, in the last 2.5 years that I've been out on hiatus, man, have they gotten expensive. It used to be that you could get a ProMaster for, $80,000-$90,000. And, truth be told, I think Road Trek still makes a unit that's under $100,000, but it used to be very rare that you would find a ProMaster that would be over $100,000. Now I'm seeing ProMasters that are well over $130,000 or more. And granted, the Panoramic is built on a ProMaster. And granted, the new 2022 chassis, Ram ProMaster chassis, is an enormous upgrade, and we're going to do a video on that. It puts it more in line with the Sprinter. I understand all of that. But the build quality that I'm seeing just in the videos and the component choices and stuff like that don't justify these really high price points that we're seeing for some of these Class B camper vans. So I'm looking forward to doing some videos pointing that out. There are some new RVs right now that really interest me, so I probably will review those. So obviously I'll do a full review of the Panoramic. But in addition, there's the Pleasureway Recon. Looks really interesting, and the build quality, of course, it's Pleasureway. It looks really good. And so I'm looking forward to reviewing that, although, you know, I'm a little bit like, why was Dean telling me 2.5 years ago that they couldn't do a 4x4? And he's giving me all these excuses and reasons why they didn't want to do, you know, a 4x4. And then here they do a 4x4. And then they put like 400 amp hours of lithium in it. And I heard from him back then, no, we could never put that much lithium in a rig. It doesn't make sense. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. But it just makes me think when I talk to these manufacturers that I'm not always getting the straight story. And so there's the Pleasureway Recon. There's the new, I forget what it's called. There's the new Airstream based on the ProMaster. Is that Ridgeline or Rangeline? Rangeline. So that, well, I'm interested in seeing that only because it's supposedly a lower priced Airstream. And there's a couple from Thor, actually. There's mainly it's the Rise. Very interested in that shorter, sub 18 foot ProMaster chassis. I've been watching a couple owners, influencer channels that have owned them. One is a young woman who lives full-time out of hers, and I really like her channel and like to see how she's living out of it and what she's doing with it. So I'm probably going to do a review of that as well. So I will do some reviews, but moving forward, they're only going to be reviews of RVs that I find interesting or that I like or something like that. And then I'm going to spend more time in my RV and sharing with you guys how I use my RV and traveling with my RV and kind of sharing that experience with you all as well. Oh, I wanted to show all that cooking I did this morning, making coffee and using the toaster oven and lights and on and all that stuff, charging devices. We went from 100% to 93.8, so 94%. So we used 6% energy this morning, which is really good. We hardly had any energy usage. You know what else? I forgot. I need to fix that MudFlap today. Remember in that episode, I can't remember what episode it was. It might have been episode 6. Where the MudFlap got caught in the wheel. You could hear it in the episode when I was going into the car wash. It was the episode with the car wash. And I think that was high T. Yeah. Anyway, in that episode, the MudFlap got ripped off the front driver's side, from the front driver's side. And I went back around and I picked it up off the road and all that. Anyway, I think today would be a good day to try to repair that. So why don't you join me and see if I can get that repaired, because that would be great, because I don't want to drive around without a MudFlap. It will look weird. So let's go and see if we can do that. Take a look at this. That is the MudFlap on the driver's side front wheel. And that is clearly not the way it's supposed to be. It's inverted 180. It's supposed to obviously be down, but I'll show you. It's supposed to look like, let's go over on this side. It's supposed to look like this one. See that one down there? Anyway, I heard the problem in my last video. If you recall, I heard something in the last video when I was at the private campground dumping my tanks. I made a quick remark about it, was coming from the front left wheel. Well, apparently whenever I made a sharp left turn, like when I was pulling out of that spot there, the tires would catch that mud flap. I don't know if it was a problem with the mud flap when it was installed by Ram, or if it's maybe these larger all-wheel, all-terrain tires from BF Goodrich, but in any case, it caught it. And then when I was actually on one of the last turns coming back home, there's a hairpin turn, and I went around that hairpin turn and I heard it. I heard that mud flap and all of its bracings come off. And in fact, by the time I got home, I saw what I showed you. And then I took my other car back up the road to that hairpin turn, and I could see the parts, the actual metal parts that were in the roadway that were holding the mud flap up onto the frame. So in any case, this is not a Panoramic issue per se. This is a Ram issue. And I have made Panoramic aware of this, and they're really good. They'll send out immediate parts and all that so it can get repaired. But I'm the type that I don't like to wait. So I'm probably gonna fix it today on my own. I think I know what I need. I just need to get a rivet gun and some rivets and rivet the metal clamp pieces back onto the mud flap, and then just reattach the mud flap onto the frames. All right. And I got to rivet that one in independently. So let's go outside and finish this off, shall we? All right, the moment of truth. Let's go inside and see if we start it and move the wheels. I'm really worried it's going to hit it. It's not going to clear it. But we're going to record it and see. Man, that is so close. All right, I'm gonna go look at the other side. Okay, that is not the ideal solution at all, but it's what I had to do. I had to remove this piece here, which would normally go in here like this and hold it in place, but I can't. I had to move this piece back because even now it's, look at that, it's just one fingertip from hitting the tire, and well, I can't have that. So I'm hoping that it's only connected on 2 attachment points, down at the bottom here and then here at the top. So it's not ideal, but for now it's what I have to do. I'm not happy, but yeah, it'll clear it. Okay, well, that does it. I'm not happy. I'm going to have Panoramic, I think, send me a new MudFlap. I'm not happy that this piece is not on there. But I had a choice. I could take the MudFlap off, or if I keep it on, I'd have to take this piece off because it is rubbing against the tire. So that's disappointing, but I'm going to talk to Panoramic, have them send me a new MudFlap, and hopefully, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's a defective MudFlap or if there's something else happening, but we'll get it solved. This is just, I've learned, this is par for the course when you own an RV. Just things like this happen, and that's okay. We always get through it. All right, all that's left to do now is we need to test drive the RV and make sure that it's not rubbing, which I'm sure it's not, but let's go test that out and see. Now remember, what we're looking for is when we turn a hard left, like on that hairpin turn, we shouldn't hear the tires hitting and rubbing against the MudFlap. So that's what we're going to be listening for. Also, it's just been a day of all types of goodness for the RV. So I got in the mail today from Panoramic. This is the rubberized undercoating. They want me to try this on the black tank gauges, sensors that are placed on the outside of the black tank. Recall that the black tank is exposed. I took a picture of that and showed you where on the outside they have the actual sensors. So they think maybe the coating needs to be a little thicker with all the rain we've been having here. Water's been splashing up there and it's confusing the sensors. So we'll try that. And then also I got the replacement shade in for the sliding door. Even though my fix is still holding up, I got the replacement shade in. So I'm going to keep that on standby just in case that blind goes out again. Then I'll just swap in the new one. And Truma called me. I don't think you guys know, but during all the 3 weeks of heavy torrential rains we were having, the Aventa air conditioner had a few drips of water that was coming in. Now we don't know if it was because we had like 60-mile-an-hour winds up here in the hills, really hard. Trees came down and things. And the van was just parked out here and it was just getting hit with probably sideways rain. So they don't know if maybe the rain came in from the side and then a few drops then came in or not. But anyway, they called me. I got to call them back and figure out what's happening with the Aventa. But yeah, things are, other than that, I mean, those aren't really big problems, and I'm, knock on wood, I'm pretty lucky. Okay, let's get the show on the road. Well, the first test is we're going to take a hard left here. Actually, I'm going to reverse. That was the brakes, I think. Okay, here we go. It only literally has maybe a half an inch. That's all the clearance it's got. So I haven't called Panoramic yet about it, but we're going to. Okay, so I'm going to do a UE up here. That'll be a hard left. That'll be one hard left. So we're going to do a UE right here. Oh, I hope it holds. So far, so good. I'm fully turned to the left. Go around me, dude. Well, first time I heard that cross traffic alert. Backing up here. All right, hard left. Ooh. 3-point turn in the middle of an intersection. Okay. I haven't heard anything yet. Okay, so this is the turn, but it's going the other way. So I'm going to go up and turn around. But this is the actual turn where it came off, going downhill. So let's turn around up here and then head back down and see if we clear it okay. So far, so good. I haven't heard anything. Okay, I've turned around and now we're heading back down. So we take a right and then there's a hairpin left turn, and that's where it happened. So let's listen. This is the right. And then this is the hairpin left. Sounds good. Yay! Nothing feels better than when you fix a problem yourself. So I'm super happy. Oops, I better grab the steering wheel. I don't want to go on. What am I thinking? I'm on a curvy mountain road. Anyway, that was a lot of work today. I didn't tell you, like, I had to go to the hardware store again, even after the 4 that I did. So 5 hardware stores today. Rivet driver, a bunch of rivets that I got the wrong size. I've learned all about rivets now. I know all about rivets, so that's good. And we got it fixed. So I'm going to talk to Phil, let him know what I've done, and hopefully he can send me a new MudFlap that is not defective or whatever. So thanks for joining me today. This was just a quick one. Just wanted to check in with you guys and let you in on what happens and when you own an RV, just stuff happens. It's okay. Just knock them out. This is what the shakedown period's about. I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.